Hi, I'm Devon. How are you?
To be honest, I've been better, but I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's at the end of the day, so it's getting better.
Yeah.
So how was your weekend?
I mostly worked all weekend, and like Saturday was stupid busy. I worked like 11 to 7, and then I had like really rude customers come in, so it really put me in a bad mood. But then I got to go home, and like the weather was nice, and I went out for a walk with my dog. And then on Sunday it was like the exact same thing, like stupid busy all day, just tournaments after tournaments. So just constantly like hockey people and ringette people coming in, and just rude customers. Like I just wasn't up for it that day. And then it was pretty nice on Sunday too. So when I went out, like when I went home, I went to the beach with some friends, and it was like pretty nice to like walk up and down the beach and like the sun and the water. It was nice to finish like a rough couple of days.
It's nice that the weather's getting better now. We can all get outside, do the things we actually want to do.
Winter sucks, especially this winter. It's super cold.
So I just want to let you know that anything that you share with me today is going to be safe. It's not going to leave this room. You can tell me anything. The only thing that I have to report is anything that's going to self-harm you or others. So that being said, can you tell me why you're here today?
I've been here today because I've been going through a lot recently with one of my friends. Her name's Megan. Like, we were friends for a long, long time. Like, she was one of my first friends when I first went to public school, because I moved around schools. So I went to public school with her. We were best friends for like 2-3 years, and then she moved to a different school, and then a year later I moved to a different school. And we had mutual friends at that point, but we were never really close. And then we got a little older, so probably about 4 or 5, maybe 3 or 4 years after we both moved, we went to the same school, a middle school, and we got really close again. And like we're always in the same friend groups, and every time there was drama, I felt like she'd always have my back. She was always with me, by my side through all of the drama through middle school. Like, we'd constantly go through different friend groups all the time, and she was always there for me. Like, we were always friends. Even if we weren't the closest, we were still always friends and still always supporting each other. And then when we got into high school, we were still in the same friend group. Like, throughout grade 9, we were not the closest, but we were still in the same friend group. We went out a lot. We did a lot of the same things. And, like, our friend group at that point was, like, super close with each other. And, like, I don't know. It just started getting a little, like, fishy and, like, fake when we got into high school, because it was just the girl bullshit drama that happens all the time. And I just never thought that, like, it would happen now, that she would kind of turn on me and flip. But our relationship got, like, the closest in grade 10. When I stopped being friends with one of my closest friends, and our friend group kind of split up, so it was me and Megan and then the rest of them. And then we got really close. We hung out every day, and shit happened with my parents. I got kicked out of my house for a couple months, and I went and lived with her. And we were inseparable every single day, hanging out with each other. Like, I'd hang out with her and her boyfriend all the time. I'd go and even when she was with Jared without me, I'd just stay at her house. And, like, I was really close with her mom and her sisters. And like, we were just inseparable. Everyone was always so jealous of our friendship, because everyone thought it was so perfect. And then I started dating, and I got a boyfriend. And then it got complicated because she felt like she was being left out. But that's when I realized that our friendship wasn't what I thought it was.
Okay.
Because when I stepped back from it and I started hanging out with my boyfriend more, I started to see why she was hanging out with me and the real intentions of it. And it just felt like she was using me to come over to some place where she could do whatever she wanted, because she was so scared to do it at her boyfriend's house or her mom's house. Or she'd use me if she needed something, like money, clothes, that kind of stuff. I felt like she just really was selfish in our relationship, and she could never do anything wrong. And that was another big thing, is that when we got into arguments, which we never really did, when we did, she was never wrong. She was always right. You couldn't talk to her about anything. She'd just yell at you to shut up. Like, it was annoying because I felt like I was always giving like 85% and I was getting 15 back, and it was just frustrating. And now some drama happened because we finally stopped being friends, like really stopped hanging out because I was ignoring her and not hanging out with her for a bit. And we finally stopped being friends, and now she wants to start all this drama. Now she's trying to fight me over some stupid bullshit. And it's just frustrating because what do I do now? I have, like, literally no friends. I just kind of float around, and, like, it's frustrating because, like, one day you have everyone, and then one day you have nobody.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you said that you guys have been friends since, like, elementary school, right?
Yeah.
So have you guys been through any fights, like, prior to this?
Not really. Like, we've always been fighting with each other, never really against each other. Like, yeah, sometimes there'd be that one or two arguments and it turned into petty stuff because we were so young. We didn't really know how to talk to each other, so it would just be drama on social media or something like that. And when we got older, like, we were able to argue instead of beef with each other and have drama. We were able to argue and disagree, like agree to disagree. So, like, I wouldn't say that we ever had a rough relationship because it was never like we fought all the time. It was just like we got along enough where we didn't, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, we got along enough where we didn't feel like that the drama and, like, all the drama and all the little petty arguments were worth the time and the effort.
Yeah. So do you feel like the problems have been coming from the boyfriend, or where do you think the problems come from, like, you guys butting heads?
I think the problem definitely isn't the boyfriend. Like, my boyfriend has nothing to do with the problem, and I don't think neither it's not Jared or it's not my boyfriend. It's her mentality about our friendship and how she is with her boyfriend. Like, the stuff that I do to her that she would do to me is, you can't do that. Like, she can't understand that. That's wrong to her, but she can do it to me. And that's the point where I was like, okay, this friendship is not worth it, because you can't treat me like shit and then get mad at me because I'm treating you like shit. Because in our beginning, not the beginning of our friendship, but when the beginning of their relationship, she would constantly ditch me for him. She'd always be with him. She'd be ignoring me for him. She'd switch plans for him. So it was like, I got used to it to the point where I was like, I might as well just go and hang out with them, because if I don't hang out with them, I will never see her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, like, when all this drama started, she's like, oh, you're always with your boyfriend, all this shit. And it's like, well, bitch, so are you. Like, it was just to the point where it was just petty arguments. Like, there was no point of arguing.
Yeah, I understand that. Have you tried approaching her or, like, talking out you guys' problems? Like,
we argued once. Like, we had, like, over the phone texting arguments. Like, we never really had a one-on-one conversation about what was going on, but it's because I think it's hard to have a conversation with her, especially if you're coming at her with feeling upset and feeling like she did something wrong. She gets defensive super quick, so I just kind of haven't thought about it really.
So, like, what is the goal? What do you think, like, you want to happen with your relationship? Do you want to...
I think I want to have a conversation with her to at least see, like, maybe one day, could we fix this? Could we be civil? Like, could I forgive her for the shit that she did? And could she forgive me for whatever I guess I did to her that made her so upset with me? Like, I want to have that conversation to see maybe if we could be friends again, because there's just so much history in our friendship. And, like, I mean, that doesn't mean much, but our history is, we've stuck by each other. Right. And we've accepted each other through everything.
Yeah, if you guys, so there's a bunch of different alternatives that you can choose and stuff like that. You should probably start to brainstorm some of them. Do you have any primary ideas or anything that you can think of that would help you guys build your relationship back?
Maybe I was thinking just giving her time first. Giving her time and then approaching her instead of an angry and, like, you need to be my friend again, or we need to have a conversation. Like, if you want to talk, I'm here to talk.
Right. Do you think that would be the best method?
I think,
considering like her personality.
yeah,
and
I
stuff.
was gonna say, I think so. Considering her personality, she's gonna want to talk to you when she wants to talk to you. So giving her that opportunity, saying yes, I want to talk, I'm willing to talk, if you are willing to talk.
Right. So all you want to do is really just talk to her and kind of understand her point of view, I guess.
Yeah, because everyone has two different point of views, and everyone sees things differently, and people go through things differently. So I really should just like talk to her coming into the conversation that I'm understanding her side of the story.
Right.
And not saying, oh, well, this is actually what happened. Like taking her side of the story into consideration.
So you guys want to have like a confrontation sort of thing? Just kind of hash it out and talk between you two?
Yeah, hopefully. Like, maybe one day. Maybe. Like, it probably will just come around. If I don't reach out now, it'll probably just come around, which I'm thinking, because we haven't, like, done this before this intense, but it's been, like, we've kind of went our separate ways, but we've come back every time. So it's just, like, is that going to happen again? Is it not? Should I give it time? Should I talk to her?
Right. So what are you going to be like without her? Like, is there going to be any difference between the way you act now?
To be honest, it's, like, been kind of rough without her, because I've been with her for so long, like, just not having her around is just weird to me. But, like, I don't know, I think I'll be fine, like, on my own, because I need to be on my own.
Right.
I need to learn how to deal with shit on my own.
Okay. I think we should fucking, oh my god. I think we should meet again in about 2 weeks, and you can tell me how your plan went.
Okay.
And you can tell me how that goes from there, I guess.
Okay.
Alright, thank you for coming in. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.